Hi everyone, welcome to episode 35 of This Home Spun Life. My name is Lorianne and you're joining me from very sunny South Florida. It is Sunday, May 17th, 2015, I hope. Yes, it's very sunny, it's very hot. It's been a very, very warm couple of weeks. We've had temperatures going almost to 100, and it is May, so I'm a little bit nervous about the rest of the year. I don't know what we're gonna do for summer, but it's already starting to get up there. And we've also been having some thunderstorms once in a while throughout the week, so we bypassed spring and went directly to summer. The only reason I know that we've had spring is because my sinuses have been acting up. I've been sneezing a lot, very congested. So sinuses and allergies and headaches and all of that. So yay, spring. But yeah, thank you for joining me. If you're a new viewer, thank you for coming by and checking out what's going on in This Home Spun Life. If you have watched before, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming back, and I hope you enjoy. I'm going to kind of breeze through this one because I have a lot of errands to run today. I already have laundry in the wash. I have to go get groceries and do a couple of other things today. So we're going to kind of blow through this. Plus, I'm not really working on that much. I was working pretty faithfully on one project during this past week. I didn't record the previous Sunday because that was Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all of you out there, whether you have human babies or fur babies, or you've adopted, or you have been foster moms, or you're a father who's taken on the mother role. Thank you to all of you. I hope you all had a great day. It was filled with love and lots of cool presents. So that's why I didn't record last week. I was frantically trying to finish a project for my mom. So I wanted to spend the time on that. But let's switch gears. And running through what's going to be happening. I'm going to be talking to you about spinning, knitting, sewing, the beginnings of weaving. And in the third half of the show, I'll talk to you about a couple of podcasts that I found that have been very interesting to me. They're more on the business side than on the hobby or crafting side. So I'll talk a little bit about those. All right, let's get started. Okay, so we're starting with spinning, and I am sorry you just heard my dryer go off. Yay! This is the yarn that I created. If you remember last episode, I was working on 4 ounces of BFL from Keegan Lane Yarns. This was part of the Trifecta of Awesome Club from 2012. Yeah, I think it was 2012. And it was called, the colorway is called As Radiant as the Sun. And that was referencing the Hunger Games with, Katniss Everdeen. So, oopsie. So I did a traditional 3-ply. Let's open you up. I did a traditional 3-ply. I'm happy with the way it came out. I was expecting a thinner yarn. I was expecting like a fingering weight. It ended up being closer to like a DK. I wish I had the tag here, but I don't. I got 264 yards of a 3-ply. Like I said, close to a fingering, more like a heavy sport. I do really love the way it came out, though. The colors are great. I had originally said I wanted to spin for socks, but that I forgot that this is a gradient yarn, so that wouldn't really work for socks, would it? So I had to skip on that idea. I'm going to have to find some other project to make with it. The obvious choice is hats, but I don't know if I want to do a hat with this. I want maybe a nice cowl. I may end up buying the handbrake cowl put out by Dan and Kay of the Bakery Bears podcast. I may just do that. This is not the softest yarn and fiber. Like I said, 100% BFL. It's soft enough, but it's definitely not merino. It's a long wool, so you have to take that into consideration. But I had fun spinning it. It's very well prepared. Even after 3 years in my stash, it drafted wonderfully. Had no problems with it, so I was very happy with that. So yeah, I am glad I got that out of the stash. I don't know what I'm putting on the wheel next. I showed a picture on Instagram of a beautiful rose-colored braid. Is that what it's called? A fiber from Enchanted Knoll from a couple of years ago. It's a squash merino and silk, and it's gorgeous. But I don't know if I want to do that one yet. But I'll let you know. Follow me on Instagram and you will see. So that's it for spinning. Next on to knitting. I was working pretty monogamously on a project for my mom, and I will insert photos here, hopefully. This is the Bailey's Irish Cream cardigan that I made for myself. I just finished it and gave it to her. I put on the button band, and I added some very pretty gold buttons, so she loved it, and I'm glad she does. So other than that, I was working on socks. These are my May socks. Oops, let's pull this out. These are my May socks, and I am loving them. I love this colorway. This is, let me tell you exactly what it is. It is Patton's Croy Socks, stripes, in the colorway Singing the Blues Stripes. And it is really gorgeous. I love the way it's turning out. This is all I have left of this ball. And the pattern that I'm using is called Simple Skype Socks. Now, this was one of those patterns that was really popular a number of years ago. Again, as you see, I made notes. I downloaded this in 2012. And this was the very first pair of socks I ever made. So it's a very simple sock pattern. It's cool for a first-time sock because it takes you through all the details of casting on and doing a heel flap and gusset and how to decrease for the toe. And it has a pattern on it that keeps your interest without being complicated. So very simple. It's free on Ravelry. Go check it out if you're looking for a very simple pattern. But it's a 2x2 rib, and the body is a Skype pattern, which is slip, knit, yarn over, pass the slip stitch over pattern. Very easy. I made my leg in total about 7 inches long. Like I said, heel flap and gusset. I haven't done a heel flap in a while, and I was dreading it. Not the flap portion, the gusset portion, because you have to pick up stitches, and anytime I did that before, I always had holes. I do have 1 or 2, can you see it? 1 or 2 little holes right here. But for the most part, it turned out really well. Really well. I was surprised. Pleasantly surprised. So I'm glad it turned out well. I am so loving the way these stripes are going. So I'm happy with that. I'm on the leg, and I'm probably about an inch left before the toe. So that's cool. I'll be done with that very shortly, and I'll get working on the other one. So that's what was going on sock wise. I was also working on my Bailey's Irish Cream cardigan. Now, if you remember from a couple of episodes ago, I said I was working on this for my mom for Mother's Day. And as I said before, I had given my mom a present for Mother's Day. So obviously I changed my mind on this. I realized I was not going to get it done. I knew I was not going to get it done in time. But when I started really looking at, Saturday night, not Saturday, but a couple days during the week, I'm working on this and it's really far ahead. And I really wanted to get something for my mom. I was thinking about buying her flowers or buying her something really nice, like some perfume. I was like, you know what? No. Let's just change course. I'll make this for myself. And I will do something special for her, which is what I ended up doing. So, again, this is Bailey's Irish Cream. Let me show you the back. There you go. You can see the lace panel on the front. So it's lace and cables on the front, stockinette on the back. I'm almost done with the waist shaping. I think I have maybe one more increase to do, and that'll be done. And then it's straight stockinette for another maybe 10 inches or so up to the underarms. Remember, I've already done the sleeves, and I'm just working on this. I really do like this pattern. It's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. I have this cable pattern right on the front where the button band will be attached. So it's been fun. I am holding these two balls of yarn double while working on them. And remember, this is the Loops and Threads wool-like finger and weight yarn in the color mauve. And so I'm holding it double to get a DK weight yarn. And the needle size I'm using is a, whoops, get out the way. The needle size is 4 millimeter. So US 6 4 millimeter needles. I like it. It's an enjoyable knit. It's a beautiful pattern. And this is going to be one of those really comfy cardigans that you wear in the house when you're wanting to be very cozy. So I'm happy with it. The fabric is very smushy, which is nice. So that's all I've been knitting on, and that was spinning. So let's move on to sewing and weaving. For sewing, I worked on another tote bag. I wanted to make a bigger size. If you remember, this is the first one I made. It's small, it's cute. This is actually what I'm keeping my socks, excuse me, my sock project in. So I wanted to try and make a larger size. So, oops, I made this one. I'm going to move out of the way. I made this one. You can see it's a bit bigger. Maybe you can. Never mind. Never mind. It's bigger. It's not huge, but it is a little bit bigger. I'm loving this fabric. Love it. Gorgeous and springy. and happy. Did a couple of things differently with this one. One, I lined it. There's a lot of fuzz in here because I had another project in it, so there's a lot of fuzz. But as you can see, it's lined with beautiful cream cotton all the way. It's hard to show this to you. And I also changed the way the zipper was put in. So as you can see, it's at an angle, whereas in the previous one, it was straight across. So you can see there's a bit of an angle right along the edges. Yeah, I ended up accidentally making the straps a little bit thinner, which was not what I was supposed to do, but it's okay. It's okay. It's still comfy, and it's still, I like the way these lined up, right? When you close the zipper, it creates that pattern. But it works. Now, this bag. It's heavier weight material than the first bag. The first bag was like clothing material. This is heavier. I had my first little sewing machine breakdown with this bag. All my doing, I messed up some things. Bent my first needle, sewing through like 8 layers of fabric. And I also had the machine seize up on me because I was just, let's not get into that. Needless to say, this one was more headache than it should have been. All my doing. So, but it's still good. It's a solid bag. I love the colors. I like the fact that this one, with no interfacing or anything, this one stands up on its own because it's a heavier weight fabric. So I like it a lot. And I bought, I bought some more fabric to try a different design. I mean, I like this pattern, but I want a more traditional looking tote. So I'm going to try a design maybe this coming week. We'll see how it goes. It depends on how some things go. But yeah, I'll show that to you later on. So that's it for sewing. Weaving, I am going to have to rearrange some things and bring you back. I haven't actually really started the project yet. I've threaded the loom and got it set up and ready to weave, but the project hasn't begun yet. So let me pause, put the loom back on the table, and show that to you. And here is the loom threaded. I'm holding the camera in my hand, so I'm sorry if it shakes. Let me stand up. Alrighty, so this is the color scheme, and I'm attempting to use my new Reed for the first time. So let's see how that works. But what I'd like to do is make a cushion cover with this. I put more on it than I'm gonna need, but I just wanted to see how it would turn out. I don't know what you all need to see. If you remember the difference between this and the previous header that I had, let me show you. Alright, so you can see that each separation here has one bit of yarn through it, one strand through it. Whereas the other headle I had was I had to put 2 strands through each opening because I like to play around with construction and just give myself headaches. So these are my shafts, as it were. Excuse me, you saw a lot of crap on the floor, sorry. So these are my shafts. I just finished these last night / this morning, and I'm gonna have to do some more work on it after I've finished with my projects. And the pattern that I'm going to be using is this pretty looking design. It's kind of like a herringbone type look to it. Again, I got it on, tell me what it's called, handweaving.net. You can go there at any time and get drafts. That's what you call that. Like in knitting, we call it a pattern. In weaving, it's called a draft. So you can get them on handweaving.net anytime you're ready. These yarns here, I was just trying to get the spacing correct on the ends. I probably need a couple more strands to do that, because there's still some gaps, but I don't really have time for that. So that's it for the weaving. There's nothing to show yet. Just tied onto the front beam, and I'll show you progress as we go. So let's go on to the third half of the show. I had a few acquisitions this past week. I forgot to tell you what I'm wearing. Sorry about that. This is my Pomme de Pin cardigan by Amy Christophers, or Christophers, however she pronounces her name. And remember, I finished this last year, so you can see the design. And I don't tend to wear this very much because it's very warm, which is wonderful. But it's almost 100 degrees in Florida. I don't need to wear it that often. But I wanted to put it on for you today to just show it off a little bit. So anyway, I had a few acquisitions the past week. One of them you're seeing right here. It's cute little chalkboard. I got it at Michael's. They were having a sale on their, what's it called? Makers something. Is it on here? No, it's not. So I got that and a box of chalk. 48 pieces, white chalk. They were on sale. So a couple dollars. So I just thought it was cute. I got into that. I told you I got some extra fabric for a tote, or a couple of totes that I want to try. So the first one is this fabric here. So I can open that up a little bit. You can see the design. I like it. This was the end of a bolt, so they were all on sale. So I got it. I got a pretty good discount. And it's kind of like denim. It feels like denim. So this is cool. This is the second. Nice plaid. Beautiful colors. Love it, love it, love it. Again, another sturdy fabric. I got 1 yard of that. The other one was almost 2 yards. And I got a nice little remnant. Almost a yard of pretty ivory fabric. What is it? Mixed fabric. I don't know. But it's a remnant. I got it for like less than $5. So that's good. Got those at Joann's. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you that. While I was at Joann's, I picked up these 2 balls of yarn, sock yarn. It's called Deborah Norville Serenity Sock. And the colorway name is Spring Fling. Pretty colors. And and it is 230 yards, 210 meters, 50% superwash merino wool, 25% bamboo, 25% nylon. Feels pretty good. So it's the first time I'm ever having any of this yarn, so I want to try it out, see what the socks turn out to be. They're saying this is how it'll end up. Whoops, I'm sorry. They're saying this is the way it will stripe. So let's see. That's it for acquisitions. Sorry about that. Let's talk about the podcasts I said I had found out about. I was on iTunes and I found a couple of audio podcasts that were not of the same type that I normally listen to. Etsy had a short video podcast where they would feature one of the vendors on Etsy on the show. So they were like 4 minutes long. It would just be a general introduction to the people behind the brand and talk a little bit about what they do. They haven't posted any little videos in a while, but there is an audio version of the Etsy podcast called Etsy Conversations. And this is a very in-depth kind of interview thing where they talk to the makers and the crafters. They talk about the business aspect of being on Etsy and the business aspect of just being an entrepreneur. All the things that we go through. And I say we because I'm revamping my business as well. I'm not going to be on Etsy. Remember, I have a shop on Big Cartel. But we can always learn from fellow entrepreneurs, fellow business people. Because what we go through is, we all go through the same things. It's just probably on a different platform. So check out Etsy Conversations. It's an audio on iTunes, and it's also on Stitcher. Now, Stitcher is something I just found out about this past week. It's like Pandora for audio podcasts. And it's on Android. There may even be an app for the iOS, but I'm not sure. But check it out in your Android marketplace. So I'm subscribed to it on Stitcher. Also, from Etsy Conversations, I found out about While She Naps by Abby Glassenberg. Again, an audio on iTunes. I'm trying to remember if it's on Stitcher. I can search for it. It probably is. While She Naps. Both of these tend to be close to an hour long, which I love. I love longer podcasts or longer episodes of things. So think about that. The next one that I found was Elise Gets Crafty. Those are probably about half an hour long. And they are more to the point on a specific part of business. So she'll have an episode on Pinterest strategy. She'll have an episode on photography. An episode on like how to get into your mojo for doing what you need to do on your to-do list and things like that. So it's more specific, whereas the other two are more general business practices and how have you made it through. So I like all three of those. The next one I had known about before, but I haven't listened to in a while. It's called Oh So Pinteresting with Cynthia Sanchez. Oh So Pinteresting. Again, about an hour long, solely on Pinterest. Pinterest strategy, how to build your audience, how to, move forward in your business on Pinterest. So those are awesome. If you are an entrepreneur, you're looking to start your business, you're in your business, but you want to progress, check those four out. There are a lot of other great business, marketing, strategy, social networking type podcasts on there. I just found these four to be very interesting. They're all done by women. So check that out. One thing I liked was I was listening to Etsy Conversations, and one of the people she had on there was Rachel of On the Round, and that is a yarn and fiber company. And I know about Rachel from Instagram. I follow her on Instagram, and she was talking to the host was talking to Rachel about a couple of things, mainly craft fairs, how to get into craft fairs, how to make the most out of craft fairs. Is being in a craft fair right for you? That kind of thing. And also about making this business a full-time thing, how to make a full-time income in the fiber arts. So it was very interesting. It was awesome to listen to. That was over an hour, and it was great to listen to. So yeah, check those out. And that may be it. That's not it. On the Ravelry group, I put up a post called basically, what are you doing for spring? Like, what are you working on for spring? And it's open to anything that you're doing, not just the fiber arts. You know, if you're sewing, if you are gardening, if you are doing stained glass, or if you're doing macrame, or if you're doing metalworking, jewelry, whatever. What are you doing for spring? I'm gonna put my tote bags in there. I don't know what else I'm gonna be working on. I'm gonna finish up my socks. Of course, I'm gonna put my socks in there. I don't do any other crafty stuff other than fiber related things. So that's all I can post. But whatever it is you're doing for spring, put it in there. I'll leave it up for as long as spring lasts. I don't even know when spring ends. Like I told you, we're already in summer. So I'll leave it up until spring ends. Also remember, Tour de France is coming up in July. It starts July 4th. So we have about a month and a half to think about what we want to do for Tour de France. Tour de France and Tour de Fleece. I haven't figured out what I'm going to spin yet. I need to figure out my goal and my strategy and what I'm going to do. But keep that in mind. I won't have a team, but I will be on a team. Just don't know which one. I'll let you know once I've sorted that out. But anyway, that's it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble on. I know it was a little bit rushed this week. I wanted to get this recorded before I started running my errands. And I'm sorry I missed you all last week. But like I said, happy Mother's Day. I hope you all had a great day, great week. And take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you in the next couple of weeks. Bye.